Hi guys, Maikeru here. This is my 1 to 99 Divination guide. In this guide I show you how to get up to 120k experience an hour. Then I also talk about the useful items, the memorial to Guthix, Guthxian Cache and all of those good things. If you need a specific part of the video, in the description there'll be timestamps as always. So if you only want one specific level or to check out a certain thing, you can click the timestamps in the description and it will take you straight there. So let's get into this guide. Starting off as always with some useful items. The first useful items I want to talk about are summoning familiars. You have the Nightmare Musper at 81 summoning. What he has is 32 inventory slots that you harvest the memories directly into while training Divination. This means that you can have 60 inventory slots with his and yours. This really does help with AFK-ness, and then you can go and dunk all of those memories in at once. It just makes it easier to train and much less tedious running back and forth because you can harvest way more before you have to put them all into the colony. It also gives you a 3% passive buff to finding enriched memories. Higher chance for enriched memories and more experience is always good. The second familiar that I want to talk about is my favourite, and it's the Light Creature at 88 summoning. You can use the special move scroll for this familiar. The special move that it has is an enlightened buff that lasts for 6 minutes. This enlightened buff has a 50% chance to instantly convert a memory for enhanced experience right as it's harvested. You won't get the energy at the same time because it will use the energy you harvest alongside the memory to make it enhanced XP. So you'll get less energy if you're using this, but it's so useful and it really does help a lot. You barely have to actually go to the colony to dunk the memories in because you're always automatically doing them half of the time. Anyway, they're the familiars, they're definitely useful, so if you have the summoning levels, I advise using one of those. Another useful item is the Diviner's outfit. This outfit has 5 pieces and each piece gives 1% experience. The whole outfit gives a total of 6% experience bonus. There is also a modified headwear that gives 5% chance of saving energy when transmuting or weaving energies. This is really useful and it works for weaving ancestral energy at the Ark and stuff, so it makes it for really useful chances to save all of that good stuff. But this modified headwear add-on is only obtainable from the treasure hunter, whereas the whole outfit can be obtained from the treasure hunter or it can be given as a reward when finishing a cache. When you finish a cache, you have a higher chance of getting the Diviner's outfit if you have 100 points. The less points you get in a cache, the less likely you are to get an outfit piece, but the outfit pieces are very easy to obtain either way. Yet another reason to do your caches every single day to get this outfit as early as possible. Next up on the useful items is the Energy, Chronicle and Memory Divination outfits. These outfits have 5 pieces and only work when they're actually full. You only need one full outfit in order to get these following bonuses. You get 3 teleports to Maze Stormbrewer or Guthix's cave in order to deposit all of your Chronicle Fragments nice and easily. You get a 5% chance to harvest 2 memories at once, giving twice as much experience and twice as much divine energy. You also have a 5% chance to get 2 Chronicle Fragments or 2 Elder Chronicles at once when harvesting them. This also stacks with your Diviner's outfit if it's in the bank, so you'll still get 6% increased experience if you have the full Diviner's outfit as well. So these outfits are always worth using because you get your Diviner's boost along with all of the extra ones. These outfits are only obtainable via the treasure hunter right now, but they're making them attainable in-game, so eventually these should be attainable in-game with invention. The last outfit I want to talk about is the Elder Divination outfit. This outfit is made when all 3 of the outfits are combined together, and it only works when full and when you have all 5 pieces. So don't combine your Divination outfit into the Elder one until you have every single piece. You get 3 daily teleports to any wisp colony, which then saves you some hassle running around. This makes it especially good for caches because you can teleport directly there and just jump in. You get a 7% chance to harvest 2 memories at once, giving twice as much experience and twice as much divine energy. So instead of 5% it's increased to 7. The chance to get 2 Chronicle or 2 Elder Chronicles at once when harvesting them is also increased to 7%. You also now have a 5% chance to gather 5 times the amount of energy when harvesting wisps. This will help you gather a bit more energy and a bit more GP when doing Divination. This also stacks with the Diviner's outfit XP boost when it's in the bank, so definitely use this outfit if you have it. It's actually really good. The experience boost it does provide is pretty damn great. Next up on the useful items is the Enrichment Aura. These auras increase your chance of attaining an enriched memory by a percentage from 3% to 15% depending on the tier of your aura. So for tier 1 it will be 3% and it only costs 5,000 loyalty points, but then if you wanted to go all the way down to the legendary enrichment aura which gives you 15%, it's going to cost you a total of 234,500 loyalty points, which is a hell of a lot of loyalty points, especially if you want to get the combat ones and things like that. I wouldn't really advise getting the legendary one because of how expensive it is. Unless you're going to go for 120 or 200 mil divination, there really is not much point. And when you're doing the arc, you don't get enriched memories anyway, so it's not going to be that great if you're doing the arc to 120 or doing the arc from 90 to 99, because this aura will be useless for most of the part of your leveling. Another really useful thing to do while leveling is make boons of energy. Each type of energy has a boon which can be made with either the previous or the same tier of energy. So for example, if you're doing incandescent energies boon, that would be the level 95, so you could use incandescent energy, or you can use luminous energy, which is the tier 90 energy, in order to make the tier 95 boon as well. So you get to choose the current tier or the previous tier, so you can always save up some energy from the previous tier to make into a boon, or make a boon with the current energy you're harvesting. These are single use items that give a permanent effect of 10% more experience and energy, which is definitely useful. So if you're going to stay at one colony for a little while, then you might as well make a boon and get the 10% more experience. But if you're going to do caches and stuff, there's no point in making boons until you're actually training divination. There's only a couple more things I want to talk about before actually getting into all of the methods. The first thing is Chronicle Fragments. Around every 1,000 times that you harvest a memory from a spring, you'll spawn a Chronicle Fragment. These fragments stack in your inventory, and whenever you catch one you get some Hunter experience. You get Hunter experience which is 10 times your level, so if you're 55 Hunter, every time you catch one you'll get 550 experience. You can hand these in for experience at the Lumbridge colony or the altar in the Guthix's cave for 33% more experience if you've done that quest. Handing in these for experience requires you to have at least 10, and then the more you hand in, the more experience you're going to get. These are definitely useful picking up and handing in, because the bonus experience from these from handing them in is actually quite noticeable. When you hand in quite a lot at the same time, it can really boost your experience. And some free Hunter experience is always useful. The Memorial to Guthix is an addition to Divination that allows you to gather memory strands and unlock perks with all of those memory strands you gather, and adding them to engrams and things like that to get some really cool stuff. You can unlock useful perks like the ability of your Divination springs to last longer and make it more AFK for you. Most of the bonus perks that the Memorial to Guthix provides are quite quality of life kind of things. And then there is some other useful ones that can help in other ways. So when you're using up your memory strands, you can get extra divination experience at the same time, so it's definitely worth doing the Memorial to Guthix. You can teleport directly to the Memorial to Guthix with the memory strands. You can right click them and just press teleport. I have a link in the description to my guide. The Memorial to Guthix has quite a lot to cover, so I've got my link to my separate guide in the description because I don't want to talk about it for too long in this video. Definitely worth looking into though. The last thing I want to talk about before getting into other methods of training is my favourite way of doing divination, and that's the Guthxian Cache. This is a daily D&D that spawns on every single hour game time. It gives a high amount of scaling divination experience, so whatever level you are, Guthxian Cache is super good. You can get up to 200 points a day and 100 points maximum each time you participate, so you will have to do it twice a day in order to get your maximum points if you do really good in the cache. At early levels, when you can't do everything, you won't get 100 points every game, so you may need to do it 3 times a day. Time efficiency wise, caches are the best experience for 1 to 99 divination. On my hardcore Iron Man, I have yet to train divination normally, and he's 86 already. You can get so many divination levels from just doing caches, especially at the early levels. You go up so many and you skip colonies within the first day. Doing 3 caches to get 200 points on your first day can get you over level 20 divination in 30 minutes. I have a link to my guide on Guthxian Caches in the description, so if you don't know how to do a Guthxian Cache, I definitely recommend looking into it because it is the best experience in game for divination. So if you do Guthxian Caches every day while leveling up your other skills normally, your other skills will progress nicely and divination will stay close if not ahead of most of those skills just by doing caches. So yeah, I'll put the link to my guide in the description if you want to check it out, and I'm going to quickly show you the first couple of caches I've done on my hardcore Iron Man just to show how good they are. Doing my first ever cache on my Hardcore Iron Man, I got 75 points and it got me from level 1 to level 15 Divination in 10 minutes. And then in the next cache, I got to 22 Divination from 15 in another 10 minutes. So from level 1 to 22 Divination in 20 minutes, that's pretty awesome because I would have only have just left the first area in that time. It scales so well with levels as well, so I definitely advise doing caches for as long as you can. From levels 1 to 10 you want to do Power Wisps in the Lumbridge Crater. Normal experience mode you would get around 4,000 experience an hour, and in enhanced experience mode you would get around 5,000 experience an hour. This means level 1 to 10 should take 15 to 20 minutes to get if you're training it this way. I'm going to quickly show you how to actually train Divination in a short clip now. Once you're at a colony there will be lots of little wisps floating around. All you got to do is click on one, start harvesting from it, and once it goes down you can harvest from another. You do this until you have a full inventory of memories. When you run into the middle you can convert your memories into energy, experience or enhanced experience. Energy makes them into additional energy that you can sell. I would not advise doing this for low tier energy because it's not really worth much. Then into experience would just give normal experience, and enhanced experience uses the energies that you have to give you additional XP. So if I done enhanced experience, it's using up some of my energy. Every time it dunks it in, it uses 5 energy and 1 memory to give me additional experience. So it's useful to do this alongside your normal memories for the early levels, but when you get a higher level, the energy can be worth quite a lot of money, so I would not advise doing it then. And that's all it is to train in Divination if you're doing it normally. You do this at every single colony. Alternatively, right from the start, you can do Cursed Energy at the Wilderness Volcano. You can do this at level 1 all the way to 99. These Cursed Wisps scale with your level and are always slightly more experienced than the equivalent outside of the wilderness. For example, at 80 Divination, these would be slightly more experienced compared to Brilliant Wisps, which is the equivalent outside of the wilderness. The same will apply at 95 with Incandescent Energy and all of that good stuff. These are very good experience, they're good money, but they're very high risk. There's quite a lot of people running around at Cursed Energy in the Wilderness Volcano trying to PK people because the Cursed Energy is worth a fair amount of money. It is quite a high targeted area. I'm just going to quickly show you a little bit to do with Cursed Energy in a clip. For Cursed Energy, you can wear your Divination outfit if you have it, because you can just reclaim it if you do die with it. I also take an Amulet of Glory for an easy teleport out, so you can just right click and teleport wherever you need to if a PKer starts coming at you. I also take a couple of food in my inventory, so if I do not manage to teleport in time, or if I get tele blocked and I'm not paying much attention, I can at least surge down and use a food or something and try and get away that way. But the Cursed Energy works exactly the same way as any other energy. You just harvest it from the wisps, and then in the middle you can just deposit it. You can either convert it to energy, experience or enhanced experience. From levels 10 to 20 you want to do Flickering Wisps, which are at the Falador Lodestone. Normal XP mode on these is around 8,000 experience an hour, and enhanced experience mode on these is around 10,000 experience an hour. From levels 10 to 20 it should take you around 20 minutes. From levels 20 to 30 you want to do Bright Wisps, which are east of Varrock and also west of the dig site. Normal experience mode on these is around 10,000 experience an hour, and if you want to do enhanced experience mode it's around 13,000 experience an hour. This means that levels 20 to 30 should take around 40 to 50 minutes. Levels 30 to 40 you can do Glowing Wisps, which are south of Sears Village. The normal experience mode on these is 14,000 experience an hour, and the enhanced experience mode is around 18,000 experience an hour. This means that levels 30 to 40 should take around 80 to 100 minutes if you're doing this method. From levels 40 to 50 you want to do Sparkling Wisps. These are south of the Relica Lodestone. The normal experience mode is around 20,000 experience an hour, and the enhanced experience mode is around 28,000 experience an hour here. This means levels 40 to 50 should take 2 to 3 hours. From levels 50 to 60 you can do Gleaming Wisps. These are found at the centre of Karamja Jungle, right near the Nature Altar. The normal experience mode on these is around 30,000 experience an hour, and the enhanced experience mode is around 41,000 experience an hour. This means that levels 50 to 60 should take around 4.5 to 6 hours. From levels 60 to 65 you want to do Vibrant Wisps. These are north of the mobilizing armies, and you can use a Ring of Dueling to get near enough directly here. The normal experience mode on these is 38,000 experience an hour, and the enhanced experience mode on these is around 53,000 experience an hour. This then means 60 to 65 should take around 3.5 to 5 hours. Next up, at levels 65 to 75, you can do the Empty Throne Room. This requires the Dig Site quest as a requirement to actually do this method, but this method is slightly faster than actually training Divination at the colonies at this level. The average experience rates you should get in the Empty Throne Room is around 55,000 to 66,000 experience an hour, depending on your Divination level. Levels 65 to 75 here should take around 12 to 14 hours. This method actually has a cap of 800,000 experience, so you wouldn't actually be able to do it past 75 because that is the cap. 65 to 75 is 800k experience, which is all obtained here. I'm just going to show you a little rundown of how the Empty Throne Room works and how you would actually do this method. So you enter the Empty Throne Room at the dig site. Once you're down in the Empty Throne Room, right where you enter is where the Divination spot is. You want to collect crystals from the big pot in the middle, and then there's 4 different colour boxes. You want to transmute the crystals into the colour you need and then deposit in the box with the swirly purple stuff underneath of it for maximum experience. You can deposit it without the swirly purple stuff underneath of it, but you won't get as much experience when you deposit it. I would advise doing 15 to 20 of the transmutes of crystals before depositing in to maximise the time efficiency. You just deposit the certain colours in the certain corresponding colours whenever they have the purple swirling underneath of them, and that's as simple as it is. Levels 75 to 80, you have 2 choices. You can either do the Lustrous Wisps, which are west of Canifis and require no quest. These normal experience mode is 48,000 experience an hour, and the enhanced experience mode on these is around 64,000 experience an hour. Then as your second choice, you could do Elder Wisps. These require Fate of the Gods quest complete. Normal experience mode on these is 50,000 experience an hour, and enhanced experience mode is around 66,000 experience an hour. The Elder energy is actually worth a fair amount of money, so 75 to 80 with normal experience mode will make you a little bit of money if you're using Elder Wisps. So it's your choice really. If you've done the Fate of the Gods quest and you want to do Elder Wisp rather than Lustrous, then go ahead, or if you didn't want to do the quest, you can continue with Lustrous, as Elder is only slightly better experience. Levels 75 to 80 should take around 12 to 16 hours. Levels 80 to 85 you can do Brilliant Wisps. These are east of the Mage training area, north of the Duel Arena. Normal experience mode on these is 55,000 experience an hour. Enhanced experience mode is around 73,000 experience an hour. Levels 80 to 85 should take around 18 to 23 hours depending if you're doing normal experience mode or enhanced experience mode. The stuff at 80 plus is starting to actually be worthwhile to keep the energies. So if you don't mind doing it for 5 more hours but making some money while you're doing it, doing the normal experience mode is actually quite good because the money really does add up. Levels 85 to 90 you can do Radiant Wisps in the Dragontooth Island. Normal experience mode on these is around 60,000 experience an hour, and the enhanced experience mode on these is around 80,000 experience an hour. 85 to 90 should take around 25 to 33 hours. Like I said before, if you want to keep your energies and make a little bit of money with normal experience mode, you're going to take 8 extra hours to do so, but if you wanted to use up your energies and not make any money, you can get it done 8 hours quicker in 25 hours rather than 33. I'm just going to quickly show you some useful ways to get to this Dragontooth Island, as it's slightly out of the way compared to the other colonies. One way you can get to the Dragontooth Island, if you have Prifdinous unlocked and 199 skill, you can retune the Max Guild Garden Skilling Portal. All you got to do is right click, retune it. You choose what you want to retune it to. So you want to tune it to the Radiant Wisp Dragontooth Island one. There you can go straight through the portal and end up in Dragontooth Island. Nice and easy to get here with that method. If you can't get to Port Phasmatis the normal way because of needing Ecto tokens or doing the Ghost Ahoy quest, so say you're a skiller or something, you can come to this docks. You can charter a boat directly to Port Phasmatis here, which means you don't have to pay any Ecto tokens and you don't need any quest to do it, but you will need a Ghost Speak amulet. Once you've chartered a boat here, you want to wear your Ghost Speak amulet, and you want to run down to this Ghost Captain near this little boat. So if you right click and travel on this Ghost Captain with the Ghost Speak amulet on, it will then take you to Dragontooth Isle. Levels 90 to 95 you can do Luminous Wisps in the desert south of Sophonim. The normal experience mode on these is around 65,000 experience an hour, and the enhanced experience mode on these is around 85,000 experience an hour. This means that levels 90 to 95 should take 40 to 52 hours depending whether you're saving your energies or using them up. Because this is in the desert, there is a couple of things that you can take to help you. You can take an enhanced water tiara to stop you getting thirsty in the desert. You can take a Tome of Frost, which is a dungeoneering reward, in your offhand with a regen bracelet to make it so you won't ever lose enough life to kill you. And lastly, you can do the Crocodile's Tears quest, which is a new Menaphos quest, and that helps you survive the desert heat as well. So one of these items will be very useful to go and use when you're training in the desert with the luminous wisps. I wouldn't advise going into the desert without one of these useful items. So either the enhanced water tiara, the Tome of Frost, or the Crocodile's Tears quest done. Alternatively, at levels 90 to 95, if you didn't want to go into the desert, you can do positive and negative energy on Ark Islands. So these islands don't cost any supplies to go to, and the island once were turtles and things like that are perfect to train on. The experience rates on positive and negative energy is around 68,000 to 76,000 experience an hour. There is no enhanced experience mode on the Ark. This makes them super duper AFK. You can AFK for pretty much 5 minutes before the wisp is gone, and then you just move over to a next one. It's really awesome. Once the whole colony's gone, you can just lobby, re-log in, and it will all respawn again. Levels 90 to 95 should take around 45 to 50 hours depending on what boost you're using. The Ark is my favourite way to train Divination, and it gets even better at 95 plus. 95 to 99, if you're continuing the Ark, you can move on to Ancestral Energy, which are on Ark Uncharted Isles. This means you actually have to spend supplies to go to these islands with the energy on. As long as you've got enough starting supplies, you'll be able to hop from island to island just doing the Ancestral Energy while doing a claimed island with a couple of spawns on it, and you'll be able to repay for the supplies and just do it constantly. The experience rates for these are the best in the game except for caches, and these are around 105 to 120 experience an hour, which is really fast for Divination. Obviously, like the other one on the Ark, there is no enhanced experience mode, making them super AFK as well. You can last around 5 minutes of AFK before going to the next wisp, and one spawn of Ancestral Energy lasts around 30 minutes. Levels 95 to 99 should take around 35 to 39 hours depending on what boost you're using. The Ark is so awesome, so AFK, so fast, just all round amazing. From levels 95 to 99 you can do incandescent wisps if you don't want to do the Ark. These are southwest of Castle Wars. Normal experience mode is around 75,000 experience an hour, and if you're using enhanced experience mode, which I would not recommend really because you're going to lose out on quite a lot of money, but it would be around 97,000 experience an hour. So if you really don't care about money and you want that 22,000 experience an hour boost in experience, you might as well use enhanced experience mode. But I know people like to make money with Divination, so normal experience mode is normally what people pick. Levels 95 to 99 should take around 44 to 57 hours. I would highly recommend that you still do your cache during this time. If you're trading at incandescent wisps and a cache opens, definitely go do it because it's such a good use of time. Maintain your 2 caches a day while doing this method and you will get 99 in literally no time. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was helpful, give it a like. Subscribe if you're new for future content like this and plenty of other RuneScape 3 related things. Feel free to join my clan Goblin Slayers. Just ask for an invite, it's open to everyone. You can join my friends chat in-game Maikeru if you fancy to chat with me or anyone else in there. The Discord link will be in the description if you fancy chatting on voice communications, and my Twitter link will be in the description if you want to follow me there. And until next time, see ya.